a bit of an oil, and quick adjustment of the camera, that's better. So, oh, the gate's come off the hinges, that's good. That means I haven't got to get over this stile, which is very tricky. And this brings, see that gorgeous sun? This is bringing me up to a field. I'm just going to take a quick walk down the path, take in those sun's rays. So quiet. Just about hear a car making its way up Bowden Lane. And often when I've walked through here, I can spot deer, rabbits. There's often things going on in the hedges, and you get lovely spring flowers in the hedgerows as well, come March, April. There's something nice about the steady rhythm of a walk. Sort of matches your heartbeat a little bit. Brings you at one with yourself and with the nature around you. Gosh, I'm being very profound. I've been inspired by the people that I've seen on the television, the Reverend Coles, Serena, whatever her name was that used to read the news, Kate Bottomley, another Rev. Got to catch up with Alistair Campbell's walk, and the man's rowing, of course. We did a Yorkshire Dales, absolutely amazing. Oh, what's that in the hedge? There's a lot of robins around at the moment. Not quite sure what that was. Maybe come up to another gate. I'm not going over the stile. There should be plenty of that in a minute when I tackle. Mind you, I haven't got a drone following me like they do in the series. Oh, another gate that needs an oil. And get a fab view, or it's the beginning of a fab view here, going towards Blackmore Valley. It's hard to believe the A303 is only a few miles away. What they call it, the highway to the sun. But it's a nice clear day and an absolutely fab view. And again, lovely trees. This time of year, you can see their form, and I love the shadows that they cast and the majesticness of them when they're backlit by the sun. We're coming up to Martin's Copse, which I'm not allowed to walk through because it's private land. So we're coming to a couple of little obstacles on our way. So we'll see how I get on going over the stiles. Whether there's any cows in the field. So quiet. So quiet. Leaves are all gone, nearly all gone now. A couple of weeks ago, these were glorious. But there's a few leaves over there, a few golden leaves over there. But, whoops, it's a bit steady. Yeah, here comes the wobbly style. This is always a bit tricky. Never quite sure of the significance of that stone. Whether it's been there for years. But it helps mark the way. And we'll go through this field. Oh, the dog. A man and a dog, that's very unusual. But I meet everybody in here. Next style. This is the bit that in spring over the back is full of bluebells. Okay, can I get my left leg over? Yes, I can. There we come. And safely over. Yep. Ooh. Somewhere in the distance there, not that far away, it's actually my house. Well, I've left the veritable Mr. P reading the Times newspaper. Though he never seems to get much further than the sports section. And now we've got another obstacle. No cows in the field today, excellent. Going to be coming up to Windmill Hill. My goodness, walking doesn't do anything else. It keeps you physically fit, even at my advancing years. Glad I'm wearing my stretchy leggings today and not my normal walking stuff. Again, you've got these wonderful views, which will get better once we get up the top. Oh, the cows have been in here because I have to be careful where I walk. Over the back there is Bowden, and there's a funny little building there with a copper roof, and I've never worked out what it is, but I presume it's some gentleman's idea of a folly. Look at that. That's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. I like to come up here on my own, think about things. It hasn't been a great year. In fact, retirement certainly hasn't gone to plan. And this time last year, I'd started my chemotherapy on that scary journey again that I went through 20 odd years ago. But I'm a year on, had my chemo, had my radiotherapy, things are looking pretty okay, and this walking is all about getting fit again, having time, headspace to just think about things. Because nature's a great healer. As Amanda Owen said in a television programme on Monday, Dr. Green. I like that. Dr. Green being out in nature. I'm not a country girl, certainly. I was born and bred in the city. But even though we had a lovely seafront, I always used to head over the back of the hill, Portsdown Hill that is, go to all those little places around the back, Sheepwash Lane, villages of Southwark, all those nice little country pubs. So here's tricky. Here's a bit of a mud bath. This is normally a little bit of squelch squelch. So a quick cow alert. Can't see any. I think this is the last sty actually. Right, here we go. We're heading for Windmill Hill, and I call this, sadly, my Julie Andrews moment when I walk over here. So I hope there aren't any cows the other side. Oh, I can hear an aeroplane. Don't know quite what that's all about. There's an airport, it's Henstridge. I don't know if that's a plane coming out of there. Look. Once I get up here, we should have a bit of a fab view once we get there. I presume this is called Windmill Hill because years ago there would have been a windmill up here, though there are no signs of the windmill as far as I can see. But then who knows what's underneath this big hump. Here we go. Cue music. There we go, the hills are alive with the sound of, well, walking if nothing else. I'm not going to embarrass myself by singing, though I am somebody who does burst into random song, but I will just do a 360 a couple of times. It's very dizzy. I'm heading over to the corner. Coming towards the village of Yenston. Where the hill rises, is the village of Buckhorn Weston, which is just about in Dorset. Because I live so south in South Somerset, I could almost be Dorset, and over there is a bit of Dorset. So certainly Buckhorn Weston is in Dorset, and that's got some family significance because that was when my mother was born. I'm not quite sure how she ended up in Portsmouth because my grandmother was born in Blandford and my grandparents, they ran a shop in Buckhorn Weston for a few years, but I don't know how long. I can't wait for the 1921 census to come out next year so that I can find out a little bit more information. on the A357. Going down to the farm. It always amazes me, farms always got these bits of machinery all over the place. Things upended, things rusting. Oh, more deep mud. Oh, there are the cows. Oh, nice afternoon. New mud. More farmhouse rubbish. Sometimes there's a ferocious dog that runs out here. Maybe he's indoors today. That's Manor Farm. See what I mean by bits of stuff. Somebody's got their Christmas lights on. Hello. I'm well, thank you. Lovely day. Getting ready for Christmas, I see. Ah, well, it'll soon be here and gone. Plenty of birds in the hedgerows. Like they hear my great big size 7 feet and they hide away. I'm sure this was probably an old drover's track or something in years gone by. We're coming down towards Gartel, and in the village here there's a chap who runs a plant hire business, or a plant business, and he's always a railway enthusiast as well, and he was quite instrumental to getting Templecombe station reopened in 1983, a few years back, after it was shut after the beaching cuts, and his enthusiasm has also led him to build a miniature railway. And over the back there you can see the railway station, and the track runs sort of along there. Just manoeuvre myself over this stile. Oh, that's it. Oh. I'm sure the gaps when you come off these stiles are getting bigger. So yeah, I think if you can see in the distance, there's some little signals, and I think there's about 3 stations. The actual little line runs more or less on what used to be the Southampton Bristol to Bournemouth line. It used to run through here years ago. And Templecombe station was called Templecombe Junction, but that closed. Bits of that railway line further down in Sturminster Newton has been made into a trailway. You can walk from Sturminster Newton to Blandford and beyond, and there is talk of extending that up towards here as well. It's a nice facility, very popular. Biking follows the River Stour, and yeah, it's a nice, it's only about 1 miles away. as I said, when I moved here 8 years ago, 8.5 years ago, I was so used to the wild Cornish countryside and cliffs and wonderful walks down here. And I was never sure whether I'd be able to get the same pleasure once I moved here, because the countryside's very, very different. But I've been out and about, and lockdown was brilliant. It enabled me to force myself to go out the door for the hour's exercise. And I explored all the paths coming out of the village. And then I did the Stour Valley Way walk last year, and I found bits of Dorset and Somerset that I didn't even know existed. God, I feel like a steeple. Oh my word. Well, here's a muddy old field I've got to get myself across. Sometimes there's cows in it, but there isn't any today. Oh. Get my leg over. I don't know quite how I'm going to walk across this. I don't know if they're ploughing it up. Certainly looks like it. Normally this is. Let's go through the gate. Yeah, let's go for it. Right. Walking down Common Lane now. Down to where the railway crosses the road. I'll go through a field in a minute with little piggies. Well, they're not so little now. I'll go down and say hello to the donkeys as well, because they're down the bottom. Yeah. There's the railway going up there. Where are the donkeys today? Oh, hello! Look at you, aren't you lovely? Hello? Hello? Aren't you lovely? Wow. I wonder if you're going to be busy in the next couple of weeks. The nativity plays and things. Hello? Oh, you're handsome. Aren't you handsome? Aren't you handsome? That's okay. All right. I am friendly. I am friendly. Oh, there we go. Aren't you lovely? Well, I'm going to go up and say hello. Oh, the little piggies here. Oh, can't see them. Hello, little piggies. They're over the corner there. Hello. Oh, they found a nice sunny spot in the paddock, having a bit of a snooze. There's 3, 2 ginger and 1 sort of a black spot. But yeah, they're not silly, are they, animals? They've found probably the warmest spot, and probably they know that gate is where the food's coming from. But I'm not going to walk. I normally walk across there, but I think Farmer's moving its cows. There's a few cows around, so I'm going to just head up Common Lane. Go home, have a nice big cup of tea in my Christmas cup, and a bit of homemade cake.